Okay, we are going to do a big story now on the Gadget Guru show, and this is the Nokia Android phones called the Nokia X, or as we now refer to it, the Nokia X-Men. Now this is a big story, not just because the phones are interesting, they are very good phones at incredible price points. It's all the other stories that come up all around it. So Nokia gives almost like a poison pill to Microsoft, saying this is what we have for you just before you take over the Nokia entire company, which is they have to swallow the Android drink. Can they do it? And if these phones are really successful, even before the whole Microsoft deal happens, what happens to Windows and Microsoft on a phone? Big questions, great answers coming up in the next few months. Right now, I'm going to show you all the three phones that got released here at the Mobile World Congress 2014.
The Nokia X might pass off as a Lumia phone or an oversized Asha phone at first glance, but what is unique about the phone is the fact that it runs Android. Yes, a phone by the now owned by Microsoft company that runs Android. To be clear though, this is a heavily customized version of Android, a fork much like what one would find on the Amazon Kindle. With no access to the Play Store and Microsoft services like Bing front and center, it's clear that the heart that beats inside this beast is still clearly Microsoft. The device has a 4-inch screen, a 3-megapixel camera, a 1 GHz dual-core processor and 512 MB of RAM. The middle sibling in the X family, the X Plus, features almost near identical specs to the X, namely the 4-inch screen and the 3-megapixel camera. The same 1 GHz dual-core processor features here too, but the RAM has been bumped up to 768 MB, making this phone for people who want a budget-friendly offering with a little muscle. Just as with the X, Android apps can be side-loaded, and Nokia is also working with developers to bring more Android apps to its own Nokia store. Big brother of the family, the XL features a 5-inch screen and bumps up the camera to a 5-megapixel shooter with LED flash. It also has the secondary 2-megapixel camera on the front and features the same internals as the X Plus, namely the 1 GHz dual-core processor with 768 MB of RAM.